As a really good defense to go up against another really good defense? I know you don't play them, but it's fun for us to hype it and kind of match each other throughout the game.
Yeah, I think they're obviously really good defensively. They got guys that can rush. They play the run well. They're physical. They make plays on the ball. But for us, when you go into a game like this, especially against an offense like San Fran, that's your primary focus because you can't. You can say you think about it, but once the game kicks in, the only thing you're worried about is playing against San Francisco and the offense they have, and I think they do some really good things.
Like what?
They run the ball really well. They've got a couple different guys in the backfield that all bring different running styles. I think they're good at tight end. I think Kittle does a lot of stuff well. He can run, he can catch, but he also takes a lot of pride in blocking, and I think that's what makes tight end special, are guys that can do both because you don't know, is he on the field to catch the ball? Is he on the field to block? Where's he lined up? He can kind of do everything, and that gives you some problems.
Does it help that you guys have seen Kyle in years past when he was in Atlanta?
Yeah, I think that all that stuff helps, but I think it also helps them as well because, as much as we've seen them, they've seen us, and you got a good feel for what they're going to do, but you don't know when they're going to do it. And I think that's what makes the game interesting is if you could talk to any coach or any player, and I could tell you what their top run plays are, I could tell you what their top pass plays are, but they do such a good job of packaging it all together that you don't know when you're going to get it. You might have a feel, all right, this is a run set, then they throw a pass out of it. So that's one thing that he does really well is he keeps guys off balance, different formations, different run groups, different personnel groups, and they can do a lot.
Eric Washington said that they do a lot pre-snap. For you, in your studying, what kinds of things do you have to look for at that point to make sure you're in your keys correctly?
We just got to understand, movement pre-snap is a new thing in the NFL that seems like everyone's doing it. So a lot of it comes down to discipline. Once somebody moves, all right, then where's my new assignment? If I'm lined up here initially and I got a guy cross the formation, what's my new alignment? So that's the key is I think teams try to get your eyes looking in one place or get you out of position based on a formation. But that's where practice comes in and watching tape is you got to take advantage of every rep at practice, every rep during walkthroughs because, you only have so much time, but the more you can see these new looks and these new movement patterns and pre-snap movement and shifts and trades and zoom motions, the more you can see them and the more you can get adjusted, the better off you can be.
Almost everybody does it now, but including, your own offense. But Eric was saying that they're kind of unique in the sense that they do it a little bit more. Like they throw as much as they can, especially at you and at Eric Reed before the snap.
Yeah.
Have you seen that on tape as well?
Oh, they move a ton. They're probably one of the top teams in the NFL as far as pre-snap movement. And the thing that's interesting with pre-snap movement is, obviously you can mess up a defense if they don't know what they're looking at. But these guys offensively, they have no issues moving. And they don't miss blocks, they don't miss assignments. So these guys are coached really well. They take a lot of pride, and I'm sure all their pre-snap stuff because they know that if it's a little advantage, they're going to try to make the most of it.
Shanahan do any of that, or a lot of that in Atlanta, especially when he was trying to open up things in the run game?
Yeah, and they've moved guys around. I've had a chance to kind of play against him quite a bit. He was in Washington, then he was in Cleveland, and then he's in Atlanta. So I think every year I've been in, except maybe one or two, we've had an opportunity to play against him in different spots, and he's a good coach. He makes stuff look the same and has a lot of different run plays, pass plays off of same formations, and there's a reason that they've been successful, and there's a reason that he's been successful kind of everywhere he's been.
Are there any other offenses like that around the league where they do have the same sense and they try and keep you that off?
There's quite a few of them, but they do such a good job pre-snap and moving guys around that it makes it difficult.
Understanding kind of the complementary nature of the game, how do you not put too much pressure on your unit, knowing how good that defense is?
Yeah, honestly, you don't really worry about other defenses because, there's nothing we can do about it. So, we go out there, we play our game, make sure we're lined up in the right spot, and as much as these guys throw at us, that's really the only thing you can worry about. But everybody knows they're a good defense. They got guys that can get after the passer. They got guys at the second level that can play, and they got guys in the back end that break on the ball and made a lot of good plays. So they're undefeated for a reason. They're good offensively, they're good defensively, and it'll be a good game for us.
Luke, you guys played against George Kittle in 2017. How does he look different on tape nowadays than he did then?
That was the first game of the year, his first game ever. So you didn't get a great sample size, and this is the first time watching him in a few years. and he does everything well. He runs well. He can get open. He's physical. And he blocks well. I think, obviously everybody knows him as the receiving threat, and he does an excellent job with that. But I think he blocks really well. And to have a tight end that can do both, that's what we've had with Greg for such a long time. A guy that you can line him up wherever you want. He doesn't need to come off the field. He doesn't give you any tells where he lines up. I think that's what separates tight ends, the guys that can do both, and he's able to do that.
Luke, James Bradbury